angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And boom, we back. Episode 6. Yeah. Coming with a little bit of energy today because I woke up. I have a plan today. Today, I am filming this. What the fuck is today? I don't know what today is. But it is fight night. And I love fight nights. Today is actually McGregor versus Dustin Poirier Part 3. I know a lot of you are not fight fans. I have a lot of friends that are not fight fans, but that's my favorite shit. I mean, if you know me, I don't like sports that much. I only like fighting sports. Anything like boxing, bare knuckle, fucking backyard brawls, anything fighting, I'm into. I'm kind of getting into basketball, but whatever with that shit. So yeah, fight nights. I always have this ritual. Do the same shit every fight night. I get up, work out. I pretend like I'm gonna fight, right? I have that fucking fantasy, and I pretend like I'm gonna fight, and then when fight night comes on, I order a bunch of fucking food, and I just stuff my face. I get people who want to watch fights, whatever, the family, and we just all eat, and we watch the fights and scream and all that shit. So, but yeah, it's getting hard though. It's getting hard because these shits, like the main events starts at 10, like the main card starts at 10, and by the time you get to the main event, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock. Hey, and at midnight, 1 o'clock, this is me. So yeah, like the whole night, I'm like smacking myself, and I'm like pinching, trying to wake up so I could see this fight that I ordered for $60, But yeah, today's fight night, so I was running around, I was doing a bunch of shit, and I still got a bunch of shit to do now, but I like this time. I shoot these on Saturdays, so if you guys don't know, if you want to know that shit, but I shoot these on Saturdays because I like it. It's like a good start to my day, and then Sundays I normally do the editing. But yeah, excited. Prediction. It's hard because if you guys know me, I've been a huge Conor fan, but I haven't liked him since he took that long layoff. When he takes these long layoffs and come back, I start to not like him because if you followed Conor in the beginning, like he used to say, like he'll never be too Hollywood and shit. It's always about fighting, and yeah, now he's all about his fucking a proper number 12, whatever the fuck that shit is. But anyway, he's all into that, so he's not the best fighter. So I don't know. This is one of those fights I don't care who wins. I really don't care who wins. I think it'll be interesting if either person wins to see what happens next. But yeah, I don't really care who wins. I think if the way Conor looked, he doesn't look like old Conor, so Dustin might win this one. But we'll see. That's the only thing I like about fighting sports too. It's like super unpredictable. You think you know who's gonna win, but there's no way this guy gonna get beat. Like I remember Anderson Silva, I was like, nobody's gonna beat that guy, and then boom, he got knocked out. So, but anyway, yeah, you guys don't like that. People don't like fighting sports. I don't know why it's too violent. But hey, when you watch basketball, what's the best part? When fucking somebody gets fouled, and then they start wanting to scrap. Everybody wants to see it, right? They're like, let him go, right? Imagine if they just fucking fought. Hockey, same shit. Everybody likes it when the gloves come off and they just start swinging and bopping each other in the head. So just watch fighting sports. I don't know. But anyway, this ain't about that shit. So topic I had today was work, and nobody wants to talk about work, but hey, I got some funny things to say about work. But I'm gonna go through a history of my work but beforehand, I'm just letting everyone know, like, these aren't always gonna be topic heavy. I only say a topic so I could stick to it, because I could ramble on. I could make 40 different stories at once, so it's more for me, so I could just like, hey, stick to this. because I can go everywhere. But they're not always going to be like this. I mean, for right now, there are going to be topics, but afterwards, it's just going to be me, just going off whatever, happened, all that stuff, And plus, there's some stuff I want to revisit, like TikTok, porn. There's a whole bunch of shit that's going to come back. So, anyway, so work. I wanted to talk about work because, it drives us all crazy. I know for me, Sunday night is... Sorry, I'm getting comfortable. Sunday night is the worst night for me. I have like super anxiety. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta get ready for work. I gotta get my lunch ready because I don't want to fucking go out and blah, 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 blah. So by the time it is Sunday night, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm like, I really don't want to go to work. You start making all these excuses and stuff. But let me start where the first job I had, right? The first real job I had. Because I had a job, in the last episode, I was telling you about that nightmare fucking all-boy Catholic school that I went to. All right. The only thing about that, they had a job program where they let students work. And they got paid, like paychecks. But the job was, you're basically a fucking janitor. You had to clean the school, right? They'll give you, it's a huge fucking school. If you Google it, it has like building on building on building on building. So, they spread the kids around and basically you cleaned up. And, it was, I guess, whatever minimum wage was and shit. And it's just funny. It's just, I wish I had pictures because, I used to have a fucking a feather duster and fucking like walking around with like rags and shit and a mopping bucket. It was the worst. Like, it's all boys school, so you're not that embarrassed, but you're kind of sort of embarrassed because you walk by your friends and they do some asshole shit, like they'll fucking make a mess where you just cleaned up, But sometimes it's funny. It depends on the friend, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's like, hey, fuck you. But so this is the only time I'm glad there was no women in the school, because I can even fucking imagine cleaning the floor and I have this little feather duster and I'm dusting around and a girl just walks by like, I'm like, yeah, I'll make a good husband. I'll feather dust the shit out of the house. But anyway, so we had to clean the school, and that got old real quick because they were never satisfied. Like, I had the part I had, it was like a whole goddamn building. Like they were like, hey, you clean this building, you gotta do the stairs and the classrooms and all that shit. And it was too much for one person, but they gave it to one person because when it was two or more, you usually fucked around with your friend. Like, I remember it was at one point it was two people, and we used to just fuck around and shit. We just like not do anything. So I got it. So then they started giving it singles, and it became a nightmare. So I had to quit that. But then I started doing warehousing, and I think right now, to this day, that was the funnest job I ever had. Warehousing. Like I drove a forklift. I drove multiple forklifts, and loaded racks, unloaded trucks. I think that was the best. And I unloaded containers. Containers just come floor loaded with cartons, and I had to take the cartons out of the container, put it on a pallet, shrink wrap it. At the time, I thought that was miserable because it depended on the weather, right? Because when it was hot, in a truck, in a container, when it's hot, it's like 3 times the amount of hot in that fucking container. So, but it kept me moving. Like, I hate these fucking jobs where you gotta sit down all day. I can't stand it. Like, thank God, like the company I'm with now, they have stand-up desks. But even so, it's still shitty. But I'm like, I can't stand sitting down all fucking day. And then you reach it, like that shit kills you. I remember a friend of mine, he sent me a link. He was like, this is what sitting down all day does to you. And it was saying it takes like a year off your life. And I was like, oh, great. Oh, great. I'm going to die at 40. But, yeah. So, it was fun because I got to move around. I was lifting shit. I was always on my feet. So, like, it was like a workout all day, and I like that. I don't know. Some people prefer, being indoors, air conditioning, being on the computer. Tick, 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 tick. But yeah, I think I prefer physical labor, honestly. I think that's the most fun I had, the warehousing job. But then, right, so I got into got into retail. Worked at the Timberland Boot Company. I said that in one of these episodes. I worked for the Timberland Boot Company. And I started off as a stock boy, and I liked it because doing warehousing and stock is kind of like the same shit. So I remember being a stock boy, putting shit away, and I loved it. Loved every minute of it. And plus, I got a huge discount on boots. You got like 65% off boots. And if you know me, I wear boots fucking all the time. I never take off boots. I'm loving boots. I wear boots. I own 2 pairs of sneakers, I believe. 4. 2 I don't wear. They're Jordans that somebody got me, and I feel bad for whoever got me them. I don't even know who got me them, but they're Jordans. I don't wear them. And there's 2 workout shoes. That's it. That's the only sneakers I own. I don't own any other sneaker. It's because, I feel like when I wear sneakers, I look like I'm trying too hard. Like, I don't fucking look cool in sneakers. I don't look cool in hats. I try, but I don't, so I just move on. But boots are my shit. So anyway, so working as a stock boy, and I was doing that, and I met, they hired a new manager, and this is the guy that I was saying in the last episode. He ended up making his own clothing company, and he came along, and I kind of knew, like, he was going to be, like, a change in my life, right? Because he was, like, super energetic, and I fucking hate people like that. When I first meet you, and you're like, ooh, I'm like, oh, can't stand you. Because I'm, like, the opposite. Like, in the beginning, I'm just, like, really mellow, and if you come in with all that energy, and I'm mellow, I'm like, ugh. But anyway, I remember he came with all this energy and had jokes and all this shit. But so I was in the stock, and he one day called me out. He's like, no, we got to put you on the sales floor. Because I guess, from hanging out in the stock room, we were cracking up. We would, like, joke around. He said I had a good personality, So this is back when I was shy. I was super shy back then. And this was me getting rid of it. This is the story of me getting rid of that. So he was like, yeah, we're going to put you on the sales floor. And I was like, what? And I remember my heart was beating like a motherfucker. I was like, people? You're going to put me out with people? And he sure did. Like, it was like instantaneous. He put me out on the sales floor, and he was like, go ahead. He was like, you got to say hi. And, you go in every store, they have greeting, and they always say, how can I help you? And I had to do that. I remember the first time I went to go say it, you're supposed to say, hello, and how can I help you today? You know how I came out? I was so fucking nervous. I was like, help you today. And I remember the first person was like, it was a lady. And, it's brutal when you fucking fuck up in front of a lady. They go, she's out loud. She goes, what? What? And I was like, how are you today? Can I help you? That's how it came out. And it came out like that for, I would say, 2 months straight. It was just me just bombing, especially when it was women. When it was women, it just, like with a guy, I started getting better right off the bat. Like with a guy, I'd be like, hey man, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. What you looking for? And how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. But some weird reason, when it came to women, I couldn't fucking speak. I couldn't, like, the words just escaped my mouth. I just opened my mouth and it's like, it's like I fucking needed subtitles. Like somebody put fucking caption on for me. It just never came out. And I used to practice it in the car. All right, here we go. You can't fuck it up. All you gotta do is just say this. How can I help you? What's your size? And all that shit. And I just remember a woman came in, especially if you were an attractive woman, and you looked at me and you were like, hey, can I get these in a size 6? I used to be like, you want 6? And she was like, huh? Nothing. And I just run to the stock room, and I literally just fucking dunk all the boxes on my face. Because that's how embarrassed I was. So getting, over that this is another part that got me over that, right? So, my boss, he used to always, send me out to get lunch orders, right? And I hate these. I hate lunch orders. If complicated lunch orders, if you're a person who have complicated lunch orders, don't fucking give me your order. I hate that. I hate it. I'm good at it now. Like, if you got something complicated, because now I'm a little bit complicated myself. But back in the day, I couldn't stand you people. If you can't just be like, can I get a number one, no cheese, or a number one with cheese and a Coke or some shit like that, then I didn't want to fuck with you. Like, certain people were like, I want a number one, but I want the middle bun removed. I want extra mac sauce. And can you make sure they put the mac sauce on the top and the bottom bun? Oh, and I want just a little handful of lettuce, not a full palm full of lettuce. If you're that person, fuck you. Back in the day, especially back in the day, fuck you. I hated that. So I still get complicated lunch orders to this fucking day, but like I don't take people's orders anymore. That's how I get rid of. You have to be like this with me. If I'm gonna get you food, you got to be like this. If you're not like this with me, fuck you in your order. Or you go to Starbucks and you get like a fucking list of things like, I want a splash of half cream, coconut sugar on one side, palm sugar on the other side. I want sugar-free vanilla, sugar-free maple. Sugar. Fuck you. I'm not taking your order. Yeah, you get one time. If I'm sitting there and like they're frustrated with me at Starbucks, guess what? When I give you a coffee, just throw it right in your fucking face. So if you have complicated orders, and I'm talking to the workers now, if you're the workers now, you're listening to this, if you ever gonna send me to get food and we're not like this, your ass you better be a plain orderer. Number one with cheese. That's it. And that's it. That's the orders I take. But anyway, so back in the day, he always had these complicated lunch orders, and I'm like, and I told him one day, I was like, yo man, I'm tired of taking your lunch orders. It's fucking embarrassing. I remember he looked at me, went straight in my face, and he was like, what's wrong with my order? And I was like, it's stupid. I was like, you got all this fucking specific shit. I was like, you know how frustrating? He was like, listen, and I'll never forget this. See, I still remember this. This happened fucking a decade ago. And he's like, listen, if I send you to get me an ice cream with fucking sprinkles and M&Ms and a condom on top, he's like, that's what you're gonna fucking get me. That's what you're gonna order. And you're not gonna be shy. He was like, that's what the fuck you're gonna get, and that's what the fuck they're gonna make. Never forgot that. To this day, I hope when he sees this, because I'm gonna tag him in this, I hope he sees that was the changing moment of my life. That was when the shyness went away, and that's when I developed the fuck it. The fuck it in your system. I know Cat Williams, he said that shit, he's like, you gotta fuck it. But yeah, that's when I developed that. Because, like, for some weird reason, it just clicked. I'm like, why the fuck am I embarrassed? This ain't my fucking order. I'm normal. Can I get a vanilla ice cream in a cup? That's me. And that's me. That's normal. But he had to have all this special shit. He's like, can you put a straw, suck it out halfway, and then, put strawberry in it? And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, so I swear to you, when I say that it clicked instantly, the next day I was a whole nother person. Right? So I got him his complicated fucking ice cream order, and I said it with confidence too. I just got all this confidence out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell clicked, but it clicked. So, the next day and from then on, it was easy peasy. Like, women used to come in. I don't give a fuck if you were a dime, or 11. Used to come in. I was super confident in whatever the fuck I said. And, like, people could understand me. I didn't need subtitles. I didn't be like, hey, how's it going? I spoke English, So, ever since that day, changed me. Defining moment right there. Now y'all know that's when I was shy, got over shyness, and you guys know I ain't shy. So yeah. So after that, I was talking to people normal, no fear at all, no fear at all. And to this day, I'm same way. So that was a defining moment, that work moment. But I hope the guy, he watches this and he laughs, because I hope he remembers, because yeah, when he said, I want ice cream with a condom on top, I started cracking up, and I'll never forget it. And that was, oh shit, it's so goddamn long ago, I can't even calculate. It's probably over more than 10 years, so. But yeah, that was retail for you, and that was me getting over shyness. But yeah, then I started getting into, the logistics world, which I don't like explaining to anybody. I feel like Uber drivers, especially, every time I get in an Uber or fucking Lyft, they're like, hey, so what do you do? Like, if I needed to take it to work, hey, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm importing, exporting. No, what's that? And I just don't want to tell. I just make up shit. I'm like, yeah, I bring in stuff, and export stuff. Like, I don't want to explain it, because every time I explain it, somebody be like, oh, so you're like UPS? I'm like, no, sir. That's packages. I'm like, let's say, let me try to explain it for somebody, because, my kids don't know what I do. My woman doesn't know what I do. Like, nobody. They're just like, where the fuck you go, right? So, if I had to explain it, because no, I'm not UPS. I'm like the guy, the middleman, I say. If you gotta just look up logistics, but I'm like the middleman. Let's say if somebody wants 5,000 PS5s, you just can't order 5,000 PS5s and just be there the next day. I mean, there's a process. Like, they need it in a fucking, they need, let's say 5 million PS5s. They need to put it somewhere on a boat, on a fucking plane, and you gotta go through customs if it's coming from a different country. Customs has to look at it, make sure the country ain't smuggling shit in there. And, and there's a whole lot of in between. All that in between, from getting, the 5 million PS5s to, like, Best Buy from China or whatever, I handle all of that in between. And I don't know if you guys understand that shit, but that's the only way I can explain it. There's somebody at my job who explained it fucking beautifully, and I just don't remember what she said. But I told her, I was like, listen, whenever I need to explain this, I'm going to come to you. Hopefully I could... I don't even know her like that, so hopefully I could just record her and just put that shit up. But, like I said, I don't know her. She could be like, yo, get the fuck out of my face. But anyway, yeah, so I moved into an office job. So I do that, and The Office, I feel like if you guys never saw The Matrix, if you ever saw Neo, if you guys don't know who Neo is, you should watch The Matrix. It's a good movie. I feel like him. You see him, he was doing the same shit every day. He was just fucking depressed. He wanted some fucking adventure, right? So, it's I feel like a fucking robot every time. Like, it's the same shit every day. Like, pull up to work, I need this badge, we need this key card. For what reason, God knows why. But there's all these doors that require a swipe. And I gotta swipe, key, open one door. Swipe again, key, open the second door. Then I gotta key in my code and a fucking iPad. Then I gotta key another door. And I'm just like, what the fuck is all this for? Like, no one ever gonna break in this place. Let me tell you something. If a robber comes in there, he's gonna be fucking pissed. He's gonna walk in. He's gonna, he has to go through all the fucking secret doors. And when he finally gets in, he's gonna be like, well, fuck. There's nothing to take. I mean, we have dual monitors. These monitors are like not the good monitors. You know what I'm saying? So you're just gonna waste money. I mean, we got a giant copier fax scanner. Like, yeah, good luck taking that shit out. It's like 2 tons or something. And it's just like, what are you gonna take? Fucking copy paper, pens, markers, highlighters. It's nothing to take in there. So it's like, why all this fucking security? I don't know why I'm key to go upstairs. It's key, and there's these fucking glass doors open, and I'm just like, this is the most stupidest shit ever. And then if you ever leave that key card at home, your day's fucked. Because then you got to rely on somebody. Be like, hey, can you open this door for me? I left my key card at home. It's the worst. I hate when I leave my key card, because then I'm like, oh, fuck. If I got to use the bathroom, if I got to go out to my car, I need to borrow somebody's badge, or somebody got to be around me, and that's annoying. But anyway, yeah. So, you go through all this key card shit, and then, you know, Monday, not a fan of Monday. If on a Monday you're trying to talk to me, it's going to be rough. Like, even close friends, it's going to be rough. Like, Mondays, don't talk to me. Don't tell me about your weekend. And especially if you want me to retain information, it's not going to happen on a Monday. So Mondays, just act like I'm not there. You know, hit me up on Tuesday. By Tuesday, I'm like over it, you know. But Mondays, yeah. And then I hate Mondays because everybody talks about their weekend and all this shit. And I'm just like, here we go. And it's the same thing, you know. People talk about how great their weekend was. And like, I feel like you're fucking lying, but go ahead, you know. And if they are, it's just, it gets over. It gets tiring quick. They be like, you know, I went fucking parasailing, and then I went jet skiing, and then, you know, I flew a kite. I'm like, oh, great. And then they hit you with like, so what did you do? And then I'm the guy that's like, you know, I did nothing. I stood at home, you know, did some shit around the house, chilled, you know, watched some fights. And, oh, that's it? What the fuck you want me to do? It's my life, motherfuckers. Like, this is what I want to do. If I wanted to do all that shit, I would do all that shit. But sometimes I just want to relax. You know, enjoy home. That's what, you know, especially because my mornings start early, working out and all this shit. By the time I get home, I just want to chill. So, like, if I don't do some magical shit over the weekend, it's just like, they're like, oh, well. And then it's awkward. It's like, so this is why I didn't want to have this conversation with you, because I knew you're just trying to compare weekends, right? And I hate when there's two people and I'm like in the middle and they're comparing their weekends and they're trying to top the other one and shit. Oh, well, I did this. Well, a rich guy invited me here and we saw his mansion and this, and I'm like, why am I in this conversation? Like, I really don't give a shit what anybody did over the weekend. I don't. So those are Monday conversations. That's why I hate Mondays too, because I'm like, here we go, gotta hear this, and I'm just like, nah, okay. So Mondays I go in, I fucking jam my AirPods in my ear, play podcasts, play music, and tune everybody out. I tune everybody out. I'm just like, don't talk to me. By lunchtime, I'm like, okay to talk to, but just don't talk to me at all, you know? Those are Mondays for me. And then, you know, I hate these fucking people who'll be online like, oh, I love Mondays. Mondays is a fresh start for fresh, you know, chance, a new beginning. All those fucking, you know, people trying to be positive. Good for you, all right? Don't fucking get on the people who hate Mondays. You must have a nice job. Good for you. I mean, speaking of fight night, Dana White, the president, he was like, oh, I fucking hate Mondays. Mondays are he said he loves Mondays. Mondays are the best. It's a chance to, you know, start new. I remember he said all this shit. I'm like, hey, you have billions of dollars. You got billions of dollars. Monday's fucking great, I guess, you know? But if you live in check to check, nah, Mondays ain't great. Don't give me that shit like, oh, yeah, Mondays is a new beginning. You know, those people, ugh. I have some of the people in my family just like, yeah, I love Mondays. Fucking yeah, fuck Mondays. Yeah, awesome. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, if you're a Monday fan, fuck off. What else I got? Oh, the drama. Office drama. No matter where you go, if you work in an office, you got office drama, right? Sometimes it's entertaining for me. And I'm always in the middle of office drama. And let me tell you why. People are going to be like, why are you always in the middle of office drama? I am a super approachable person, right? If you see me, you're going to want to come up to me and talk to me. It always happens. Every job I'm like, I'm not going to make new friends. I'm terrible at keeping up with friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have so much friends out there that I'm apologizing to you on this shit. Like, I'm sorry I don't keep up with friends. It's just like, there's a gazillion things that go through my head, and I always forget, you know, you reach out, be like, hey, just saying if you're okay, blah, blah, blah. So I don't need more friends. That's my thing. When I'm going into a new job, I'm like, I need more friends because I'm shitty at keeping up with the friends I have. So anyway, and without fail, I always end up making friends with the whole fucking building. The whole building I end up making friends with, right? because sometimes I can't help myself. Sometimes I'll stop, but sometimes I can't help myself, right? So there's some people like, all right, I'm not gonna say good morning to them. I'm not gonna say nothing. They don't say nothing to me. I'm not gonna say nothing to them, right? But then, like, I get bored because we're living in the fucking Matrix. If you know the Matrix, you're doing the same shit every day. So I'm like, I like to break what I'm doing because I'm like, I'll walk past the same people. We don't say good morning to each other because I'm in a big building. It's like 2 floors. And some of these people, we just don't know each other and we don't say shit to each other. So it's the same thing. So sometimes I'd be like, you know, just to be different, just to feel like I'm not living in the fucking Sims, I'll stop and I'll be like, hey, I'll introduce myself. And then I have a friend automatically because, you know, it changes the thing. And then they're like, you know, it breaks the pattern. And then now I have a new friend and then they, you know, they tell me their whole life story. But that's normally what happens. I end up, you know, so it's kind of my fault. 1, that I'm super approachable, and 2, I like to break, you know, trends. Like right now we have a downstairs and an upstairs. It looks like the downstairs people don't talk to the upstairs people. Only if like you knew each other before. But yeah, it looks like separate companies. We're the same company, but like it's like that Friends episode, like the white coats don't talk to the blue coats. It's like that. The upstairs people and the downstairs people don't talk. So the other day I just went upstairs because I'm downstairs. I went upstairs and I just started talking to people, and I just went from person to person to person to person to person. New people, old people, and I'm just like, you know, and this is what happens. And I'm gonna be friends with the whole building. And guess what? If you're friends with the whole building, if they have drama with somebody, you're in the drama now. And that's how it happens. And sometimes it drives me absolutely insane, and sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's entertaining drama. So, you know, it's, you know, it's half and half. So, and then, you know, sometimes the drama is like, it makes things interesting, like where you're like, all right, now work is fun because you want to see how the fuck this plays out. Fucking office scandals and everything, you want to see how it plays out. But then sometimes it's just overwhelming, and then you get caught in it and you're like, oh, I wish I never spoke to this person. But yeah, the office drama sometimes is like, you know, if you don't have something interesting, like, no, if like, you know, you didn't like a person because she's wearing, you know, ripped jeans one day, fuck off. You know, there was a lot of that. Some people come up to me like, did you see what she's wearing? I'm like, nope, don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. And that's literally half the time. They're like, did you see what he was wearing? I'm like, who's he? And then they'll say the name, and they're like, he had cut jeans. Huh. I'm like, so what? So what? I'm like, well, you know, the dress code, we're not supposed to have ripped jeans. I was like, as long as the motherfucker comes in, he does his work, fuck his jeans. Stop looking at his fucking legs. You know, I don't understand people like that. There's just, stop looking at his fucking. I don't give a shit. But yeah, but if it's drama like that, go away. But sometimes I want to hear like drama, like, you know, we were here last night, and then, you know, I passed out, and when I woke up, there was like 3 vaginas and 2 dicks in my face, and then, hey, I'm all ears. Let's be friends. Let's go to lunch. Let's talk about this. Because, you know, your boy, a pervert. So, yeah, I'm like, that's the type of drama I want to hear. I want to hear you blacked out and you woke up and there was all this sexual stuff happening. And, you know, there's people in masks and shit. And I want that. Give me those stories. Not, oh, I think she stole my trash can. Oh. So what? None of this shit is ours anyway. It's all borrowed. But yeah. That's office drama. What else I got on here? Oh. So in the office, right? It is super quiet. I mean, it is insanely quiet. You can hear people typing. I swear sometimes I hear other people thinking. That's how quiet it is. It is extremely quiet. So you're scared to do anything. Like, I get nervous when I have to cough or sneeze because I know fucking 100 people are going to turn around and look at me. So, yeah, when I'm in there and I'm typing and then I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. I'm like, I sneeze. Yeah, that's how I sneeze. I sneeze. And then I sneeze, and this is what happens. You see all these people fucking turn around and shit. Like some people just act like, the building just, got burglarized or some shit. They turn around, what the fuck? And then they're looking at you like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking sneeze. That and coughing. Like, if I cough, they think I'm choking. And I cough regular. I cough like everybody else cough. It's just like, it's dramatic because it's so fucking quiet. So when you make a noise, you're the center of attention. And yeah, when I'm coughing, I'm like, cough, because that's how I cough, like cough. And people turn around like, you all right? You all right? And I hate when they say that. I'm like, if I wasn't fucking all right, I'm like, hey, not all right. I'll wave. I'll give you a fucking signal to let you know I'm not all right. But it is extremely quiet. And I say this because they have bathrooms in there. The men bathroom and the women bathroom are literally, there's one fucking wall separating us. But the toilets are on the same side. So literally, if you're taking a shit, if you want to play shit tag with a woman in the other fucking bathroom, all you gotta go knock. All you gotta go do. And they could do the same thing. And it's this thin wall. So whatever they're doing on their side, hey, we can hear it. And vice versa. And I think that's fucking gross. You know how much times I was peeing and I heard, a girl on the other side of the stall? I heard her like trying to flush down. She's like trying to flush down her shit, and I'm just hearing flush, 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 flush. And I'm just like, hey, the fuck? Did you leave stains? How much flushing are you gonna do? She's just fucking hitting it like it's a fucking joystick button. Like, you're trying to escape something, you're hitting the fucking controller. That's how she was doing to the the toilet flusher. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I want to fuck around too. I'm like, hey, I'll flush too. We're having a fucking flush contest. That's how quiet it is, and it's scary. Like, literally, I do not want to be in that bathroom at all. Like, because I don't want to hear what somebody else is doing on the other side, especially if it's a woman. So I get in and out of that motherfucker, and in record time. I wash my hands. A lot of people don't in that fucking company, but that's another nasty thing. But yeah, and it's like that every day, and it bothers me. I have a video. I'm gonna actually put it up here where I say sometimes I just want to come in the morning and raise my hands like this and say, and I say it in an accent because I was trying to do Coming to America, and I said, good morning everyone, fuck you. I just want to do that because it's so quiet, and I just want to say fuck you to everybody and see what happens. I want to see if everybody bursts out laughing. I want to see if they get mad. I want to see if they end up like those old crowds, they throw tomatoes at me. Just something different. Like, so we don't feel like fucking machines. I feel like a machine every time I'm at work. I go tick 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 tick. Go 12 o'clock. Must go to lunch. Sometimes I mix that shit up. I'm like, I'm going to lunch 12:07, motherfucker. And you know when I'm coming back? At 1:13. Fuck you. I do that for change. I don't want people knowing exactly when I'm going to get back. I want them to be like, is he coming back? Or when did he clock out? And motherfucker, I clocked out at 12:17. You know I'm coming back? 1:26. I want to throw everybody off. That's the goal when I go in there. I don't want to be routine. I hate fucking routine shit. Drives me insane. Anyways. Why do I have this on here? I have something about... I don't know if this fucking relates. I don't know why I put this in here, but... It goes on with confidence, I guess. What the fuck? I have a note in here. It says talk about the time in 4th grade, Valentine's Day. Because, that was one of the last times I was confident. I guess 4th grade was the last time I was confident. I don't know why it's not coming to my story. I know the story, but I wanted to know why I put it with work. Anyway, the story was, in 4th grade, I became an extremely confident person because, I wonder if I can get... So, I like to have some proof in a lot of these stories I say, because I feel like some people are like, you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to have some backing. And ooh, it's gonna lead me to this. When I do the episode about that shitty school that I was with, a friend actually gave me a good idea. He's like, why don't you have one of us on there? And I'm gonna try to work that shit out, you know, because I don't want you guys thinking I'm full of shit and I'm making this shit. I know this is a comedy podcast and, you know, you're supposed to say some crazy shit, but I want you guys to know how really it was, how crazy and corrupt and shitty that school was. And what better way of have somebody, you know, be like, hey, no, that wasn't right. You're right here. You're wrong here. You know, he could be like, hey, you're exaggerating this, but it was really shitty. But so anyway, with this story, I still follow the person that I was in 4th grade with. And I think she can back me on this story. But anyway, became extremely confident in 4th grade. And I think that was the last time I was confident. And that was supposed to lead to the work thing when I got my confidence back. But anyway, in 4th grade, I remember it was Valentine's Day, right? And I remember going in and, you know, this was, like I said, I matured super late in life. That's why your boy is a pervert now. So I matured super late in life, so like I said, I never knew when girls were hitting on me or whatever. Girls like me, I never knew it. So in 4th grade, I remember going to school. It was Valentine's Day. And, you know, you're supposed to give, write your little Valentine's Day cards to who you want, you know, to give the Valentines to, whatever. And then you have ones that are like, be my friend, or you're my best friend, or whatever the fuck. So I remember walking in on Valentine's Day, and I sat down. And then the teacher was like, all right, we're going to give out the cards, right? So she sits down. She opens up the box because we had to put it in a box to keep it anonymous. So she was like, all right, these are from the girls that they're giving to the guys. So I remember first name, she's like, Rafael Diaz? So I go up and I get it. And I'm going to sit down. And the second name, she's like, Rafael Diaz? And I go get it. And then before I sit down, Rafael Diaz? She keeps going. She keeps going. I think there was like 26 girls in the class or something. It was like some crazy number because back in the day you could have a big fucking classroom anyway. She kept going. And then she stopped saying Rafael. She said, Miss Diaz? Mr. Diaz? Miss Diaz? And then she started smiling because she found it fucking hilarious. I remember her having a smirk. And I'm just confused because, you know, matured late in life. So she's like, Mr. Diaz? Mr. Diaz, Mr. Diaz. And I remember when the box was fucking empty, I had all the cards. All my guy friends, if they got a card, it was like one of those, you're a good friend. I got all the Be My Valentine's cards. And I remember that day because I went home with a fucking thing of cards. Book bag filled with Valentine's Day cards. I remember showing my parents and they just had these large smiles. My father more, he was like, that's my boy. You know, that's what cheesy dads do. But they were like, is that all of them? I was like, I got every card in that box. And your boy was super confident. And then I went to 5th grade and I was like, there it goes. Because the deeper in grades you get, the more the girls, they're more mature than you, right? Because girls mature quicker. And they're like, you know, they start thinking about things like abs. I remember the girl was like, I was in, what was that, 6th grade? 6th grade. She was like, hey, you got abs? And I was like, yeah. Look at my fucking jiggly gut. Do I look like I got abs? Shitty question. You're going to stay back in 6th grade. Anyway. It's awful. Oh, shit. Anyway, I had some other shit on here, but it's 43 minutes in. Yeah. I'll leave that one for another day. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. You know, like and subscribe. Told you I was tired of talking about the working out thing. The working out, putting out the fitness video thing. It is harder than what I thought it would be. I'm not going to lie. I recorded a week's worth. Hey, your boy stood the same weight. And I want to post that, you know, keep it real. Keep it real, because sometimes that happens. You do all this shit and you stay the same weight. But, like, to edit it and record it, it's annoying. So I'm trying to get some other ideas in my head, but yeah, just look out for other shit I'm putting out, and that's it. And I will see you on the next one. Later.
Go. Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.